I'm Erik, Casynn.
And I'm Jenni, Nadler, and we are members of the Youth Task Force. We are also both chairs of relays this season. I was the chair of the Eastlake High School Relay for Life, and Erik was the chair of the Western Washington University Relay for Life.
Congratulations on being a chair. This is a great accomplishment. You should be really proud of yourself for reaching this great leadership position. You have a great year of fun ahead of you.
From one chair to another, you truly deserve to celebrate.
You may have noticed that we're wearing these weird party hats on our heads. That's because we're celebrating, not just celebrating that you are a chair. The American Cancer Society is also now the official sponsor of birthdays.
We don't expect you to actually wear a party hat while at your committee meetings, but there are other hats that you as a chair will wear this year.
Speaking of which, I think it's time for us to take off these hats.
Change? Knowledge cap?
Yeah, so with that, let's bring on our knowledge cap.
As an event chair, we need to serve as a relay expert.
We need to be prepared to answer any questions that may come up, whether it's from a committee member, a team captain, sponsor, participant, school administration, or just that random stranger at relay.
Remember, it's okay to say you don't know the answer right then and there, but you do need to know where you can find that answer. Erik, where are a couple of those places?
Great question. Lots of resources are available, including relayforlife.org, Manage My Relay, your CRM or staff partner, Great West Youth Task Force, and my absolute favorite, cancer.org. Cancer.org is basically like the Google of ACS. It's totally legit.
So true. But remember, as a chair, it's your job to spread the knowledge to your committee. The purpose of these resources, these trainings, the guidebooks, and the regional relay summits that will come out later this year, is to train you, the trainer.
So, take that knowledge we tell you and tell the world. Spread that relay knowledge all around. If you don't have a committee yet to spread that around, see the recruiting video for more information. With that, Jenni, I think it's time we take off these hats and become cheerleaders for a bit.
Cheerleaders? Woohoo! This is the hat that you should always have on. You need to motivate your committee to get that one extra sponsor, get the extra teams, or to make the event the best that it can be.
That's right, you're the one that should be handing out candy and rallying the troops at 2 a.m. The shadow that you cast as a leader is so important. Think about how your committee will see you. People will build from the energy that you put off.
So ensure that you're always looking at the cup as half full and really listening to the needs of your committee. Remember, a committee that plays together stays together.
Great point. You want to ensure that you're really bonded as a group. You're a committee for a reason. You must all work together. Spend the extra 10 minutes getting to know your committee. Plan potlucks, do those icebreakers that we all hate. Basically, just do it together.
Exactly. Committee meetings shouldn't just be subcommittee updates and a bunch of information. At my relay this year, we used the 20-20-20 model. You ever use that, Erik?
Definitely. The 20-20-20 is based on the average 60-minute meeting. 20 minutes of information, 20 minutes of brainstorming, and 20 minutes of fun. If you don't have an hour-long meeting, use the same ratio.
Make agendas and plan in advance so that your meetings can be short and to the point. But most importantly, keep them as fun and entertaining as possible. Your committee members are more likely to pay attention if you're not just standing up in front of them droning on and on like a lecture. So make it fun. The cheesier, the better. Finish your committee meetings with the joke of the day or something like the Paper Plate Awards. If you don't know what it is, go out and Google it. It's a really great way to bring your committee together.
Oh yeah, it's lots of fun times. And moving on, I think it's time to change from the cheerleader and bring out the communication part here. Let's go ahead and bring out our legacy binders and our cell phones. So basically the point of all of this is to get to know your committee. Seriously, spend time Facebook stalking them. Know your committee and talk to them regularly. Communication is so important.
It's super important. Communication is the key to supporting your committee. While you as a chair are a leader, you are also there to support your committee. In fact, supporting your committee is one of the biggest roles that you have. One thing to always watch out for is burnout. We all know that school can get stressful and work stressful and everything piles up, everything that we do as a student. And it gets to the point where sometimes you just don't want to deal with it.
Right, it happens to all of us at some point. It's up to you as the chair to figure out how to prevent that burnout from happening in your own committee. One way to do this is just keep communication open. If committee members feel that they can't come to you for whatever reason, the burnout is much more likely.
If communication is kept as open as possible, then there's a feeling of real support, and you can spot possible trouble signs ahead of time.
Another way of communication is through partnership agreements. I know partnership agreements seem like a waste of time sometimes, but I swear they're not. Partnership agreements should not be considered optional. They should be signed by each and every subcommittee chair.
Partnership agreements establish the best means of contact and the subcommittee chair's strengths and weaknesses. By laying everything out on the table ahead of time, you're able to set yourself up for a much smoother year.
Now, we know that as a chair, you're probably very hardworking and very dedicated, but sometimes in that leadership position, it's hard to delegate things to other people. Don't let yourself fall into this trap.
Just like you have to watch for burnout on your committee, you have to watch for burnout with yourself too. You have a committee for a reason, so use it. Delegation is your best friend. You've put together a fantastic committee, so now utilize its strengths. You should not be doing it all.
Speaking of which, make sure everyone knows what their job entails. We already mentioned the guidebooks that you're provided, but another great way is to create legacy binders like this one.
This is a great way to learn all about what a position entails, directly from the person who did it before you. The idea of the binders is that you will have anything and everything that was used in the job, the person in the job before you used.
And we mean literally everything. Everything from your job description, to the contacts, to your bills, to even your event schedule. Nothing is too little to include, and everything you put in there will help your successor in that position.
The idea is that these binders will weather the years from committee position to committee position, gathering more information.
These binders are so vital in helping your succession planning.
Another really easy way to incorporate succession planning is to have a mentor program. So for each subcommittee, you have your subcommittee chair and you have your mentee. The mentee should be an underclassman who shows a real interest in that committee and relay in general. Throughout the year, the person that's being mentored will get hands-on experience in real time. That way, they're super prepared for next year. Obviously, if you know that you'll have a chair returning to that position, this isn't necessary for the time being.
You know, it's never too early to start thinking about next year's leadership. We know you were just recently given this position as a chair, but you really should be thinking about who's going to take your position next year. If you're graduating or you know that you won't be chairing next year for some reason, pick someone out early, mentor them throughout the entire year.
Maybe don't even put that person on a subcommittee and just make it their sole job to learn what it is that you do as chair.
Yeah, have that person come with you to meetings with administration, to an emergency meeting with a subcommittee that's having a problem. You've already chaired for a year. Think about what you would have wished you would have had that first year, and make sure you include that person that's taking that position next year.
The earlier you start planning for the future, the more successful year Relay will have.
But now, it's time to put on the get real hat and have a serious moment. We know it was a hard year. We saw it all over the division and the nation as a whole. But you have to remember that cancer doesn't take a recession. We must continue to fight. If we reach one more person, get one more survivor, get that one extra dollar, we have done what we set out to do. It cannot and will not let cancer win. We must win this fight. We challenge you to make this 2010 relay season the best that we have ever seen, especially when it comes to youth in the Great West.
So remember all the hats that we mentioned tonight when you go out into Relay Land. Congratulations on being chair. Have a great year and good luck.